Hey everyone, and welcome to Hungover Podcast. This is the Hungover Gaming's podcast that is weekly and usually topical, and we do some really cool things in terms of talking about different things that are happening in your daily lives, our daily lives, and the world surrounding us. We do this on YouTube, on the iTunes, on the SoundCloud, on the Google Play, and you can catch us live on Sundays at apparently various times depending on whether or not my sister's running a marathon. Otherwise, if you enjoy what you listen to, just go ahead and leave that comment, that like, that subscribe, especially on the iTunes. It helps get us out there, especially if you enjoyed the content. Or if you didn't enjoy the content but you want other people to hear how much you didn't enjoy it, go ahead and leave that comment too. Thanks so much. My name is Ivan, and over there
we got Julien. Welcome to the show, guys. Today we're going to be talking about our E3 predictions, where we have a little game and a little stake bet, perhaps, that is currently ongoing. The real stakes are this year. The stakes are high this year, some would say. Last year we had an E3 stake bet combo going on, but Ivan was not perhaps so prepared as he so adamantly tells me now. He says that I was cheating, for instance.
He did cheat. Julien cheated. At this entire game. How did he cheat? He cheated by lies of omission. He gave me the format and said, this is how you do it. Then he proceeded to do, like, I'm going to do this and this and this.
Oh,
and so
my God.
He has 5 points, but within each point,
I'm just
there are about 20
the game,
points
Ivan.
that he can get
I'm
points
playing
for.
The game.
So instead of 1 point, he's getting like 0.8, 0.5, 0.5, 0.8, point whatever. And every time he's kicking my ass because he doesn't get 0 points. Meanwhile, I am the dreamer, the one of this podcast that is ready to go to outer space with all of you, ready to launch
Mars.
to the new universe. All the time.
He's the person that
ready
keeps
to
this
drag
podcast
you,
anchored.
Drag you from the old age into the new age, and Julien is just sitting there
I'm here to
counting
take
his
advantage
beans.
of you all. I'm gonna win this one. It's all
He
for
did that
me.
in order to get stakes, and you know what? I will not stoop down to his level in this E3 predictions podcast either. I will stand by my guns and do the dreams that you have, that I have, that we have together, and we will. I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
Well, Ivan, let's get the rules down here. Each prediction will be worth 1 point. Let's say that total. You can get a maximum of 1 point per prediction, and of course, we're gonna have to revisit this after E3. When our predictions will or will not come true. Who knows?
So in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. I believe it's the 12th and that week of the 12th of June. But, you know, we can confirm that now or later. We should probably confirm that. But yeah, each prediction, we have 5 per major conference. So there's Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo. Of course, there's the PC conference, Bethesda conference, Ubisoft. But who gives a fuck about them, all right? It's all about the big 3. Let's do it. Divine Hailstorm in the chat. What's up, man? Thanks for stopping by. We got a big podcast for you guys. We got 5 predictions for Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo coming up. But first, we start our podcast off every single week by asking each other, what media have you been consuming, and what'd you drink last night? Move on.
I'm stumped by this question like no other time that I've been stumped before.
It's so confusing. It's not prepared for it.
This morning I woke up at 6:30
on
God. The weekend
Let's just
of
talk
Memorial
about today.
Day because
Why?
my sister went to run the marathon of Buffalo.
Why?
7,500 people
That's
did
a lot
the
of
half
people.
or full marathon this weekend.
Holy crap.
Idiots. They paid
was it raining?
sums of money. No, it was pretty warm though.
It's beautiful.
Sums of money to run with other people getting in your way in sun of a certain distance, which if you wanted to, you could measure out and run on your own without the aid of other people.
It's for the glory, Ivan. It's for the glory of
got
crossing that
huge
finish
medals.
line.
It's like this big. Anyway, my sister finished. Congrats to her. Shout out. She beat her personal record by 8 minutes, so she did wonderfully.
Let's go.
I was super proud to have been part of her support crew.
Next year's is your marathon. Am I right, Ivan?
Yeah, this is it. This is the one. In any case, I
should have just slept in. Get right.
Should have just slept in. So I consumed several things this weekend. The one I'll talk about is the Canoe Tipper, which is a Kolsch style beer from Leinenkugel. And it was a very, very, very refreshing beer on a very hot day. Thank you, Divine Hailstorm. It is good for her.
Absolutely.
And I just have to say that after a full day of riding my bike to try and catch my sister at different mile markers, it was a very refreshing beer to have in the hot sun. As you might be able to tell or might not, I am sunburnt, so super.
Do you like cats or dogs better? Yvonne, what's your answer?
Non sequitur of the year. I'm going to go with cats. I've only owned cats. Not a dog, not fan. Just I'd never have owned a dog, so cats.
I've never owned either. I've only lived with them through, just living with other people who own the cat. I've only lived with a cat, rather, sorry. I do like dogs more in terms of just understanding their psychology a little more. Maybe through my understanding of their psychology. I don't necessarily know what a dog is thinking, but I'd like to believe they actually love you, as opposed to cats, which just want to watch the world burn. It's just what
cats absolutely love you.
They love food. I know that. Yvonne, that sounds like a very exciting weekend. I'll tell you, I also woke up at 6:30 a.m. today.
The fuck?
But only to go to the bathroom. And then I went straight back to sleep. I'll tell you, though, I did go to a rainy BBQ. My mom was having some friends over, her friends, and then I had some of my friends over at her place, and we had a grand old time. She grilled on the it was raining outside, so she couldn't actually grill. She grilled on the the stovetop grill pans that you can get that are cast iron. So we had a lot of food. I had a Pilsner Urquell. I love that beer. I think it's
a
pretty
great
good.
Beer.
It's really great for the summertime, even though in New York City it's actually 60 degrees Fahrenheit, which is not so warm at all. But yesterday was super hot. I've been catching up on Dragon Ball Z. I watched the pretty much just now. We just finished the fight with Frieza at the end. It's a pretty crazy fight that lasts way too long. The planet's about to explode. Frieza says you have 5 minutes left. This planet's gonna explode. Lasts for 10 episodes at least. It's out of control. At least 10 episodes.
The thing is that you don't know how long a minute lasts on Naboo. What's the planet's name? Namek.
That's true. A minute could be any time. And also, how are they all speaking the same language? What's going on? Frieza apparently has some lore. He was shunned out from he said his parents. I was just listening into the dialogue in the show for whatever reason. He said he got like shunned out by his parents or something. I don't know. There was some. That's pretty much the extent of Frieza's lore. That's about it. The only people that rejected him were his parents, and that's why he wants to destroy the universe or take it over. I don't know. Potato Pineapple Penguin says, I have 2 dogs, 2 cats, and 2 guinea pigs, so I can't choose. Vaughn, that's a lot of pets.
That is a menagerie.
Holy crap. And a lot of different types of pets, not just one type. Some people tend to have, a lot of cats. We call them cat people, or cat women, or cat men. Some people have a lot of dogs. Some people walk a lot of dogs for a living. It's a very lucrative business in New York City. But Yvonne, I think we have not much media to consume because there weren't two. Oh, wait, I forgot. Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 and 2 came out for the Nintendo Switch, and so did the maker of Castlevania. I don't know if you've heard of the game. I assume you have, Yvonne.
I know Castlevania.
Castlevania One of the makers, he branched out. Konami published that game, so they own the rights to Castlevania. This person branched out, started a new Kickstarter campaign with his own ragtag team of developers, and decided to make a Castlevania-like game called Bloodstained. It's currently set to release this year, but he released, as a stretch goal for the Kickstarter, he released a game called Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, which is an 8-bit version of the game that looks almost exactly like the original Castlevania. That came out on the Switch and PS4, Vita, and PC, and it's supposed to come out on the Nintendo Xbox, on the Xbox One, later in June, I believe. So I played that game. Super fun. Pretty remotely difficult. You can make it as difficult as you want. There are a lot of difficulty settings. And Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 and 2, those games are difficult as fuck. But I really like them. So I was on an old school side-scrolling kick this week in terms of video gaming. But Divine Hailstorm says, fuck all that old school shit. Let's talk about Battlefield 5 because it's going to be the shit. I'd probably agree. I'm impressed with the internet's lack of caring for women because they put a woman on the cover of Battlefield 5 and the internet is ablaze because they think that World War II didn't have any women at all, which is a goddamn shame and really shows that we don't learn anything in school, apparently. Okay, Ivan, you want to just get into it? Do we have a segue?
Women in gaming.
Yeah.
Female characters are here to stay. Also, women absolutely fought in World War II.
There's a woman. Absolutely.
Very well-known and feared air battalion, or squadron, I guess.
I think they're called squadrons.
All-female pilots that the Germans called witches, because they dove-bombed. They did night raids where they would cut their engines and dive bomb, and they had like a whale, like they called a witch's whale, caused by the dive bombing of the plane.
That's sick.
And they would turn their engines on at the last minute to bring themselves up.
That's really cool. That's the sort of finesse we don't get in modern warfare. But we get drone strikes, so I guess that's stupid.
Cool.
No, that's not cool.
All right. Shall we starting with Microsoft, Sony, or Nintendo?
Well, first of all, Divine Hailstorm says he doesn't care that the woman's in the game. Sure, that's great. But he just wants the next Battlefield to be in the future. Screw these old war games. Who cares about World War II? It's outplayed, overplayed. Who cares? I pretty much agree. I think we should put the next game in the future. But I don't think that there aren't any stories to be told. For instance, Battlefield 1 was pretty cool with their story mode. But let's start off with Microsoft, Ivan. Do you want me to go first? We're going to jump into our E3 predictions right here and now. Do you want to go first?
I'll go first.
We can alternate. Okay, Ivan is ready. He's going first. Here we go.
I'm not ready at all.
But he's going
Julien
first.
will win this again, and it will be the upset of the year. Literally, I mean, the New Orleans Pelicans could come back and win the NBA Finals, even though they've been eliminated. And the highest stakes of the year would still be me winning this matchup here. So Microsoft will show the breadth and depth of the new adaptive controller by showing gameplay using the controller. What gameplay, might you ask, Julien?
Yes,
well,
please tell me.
A Microsoft exclusive game.
Oh, Microsoft console exclusive? Microsoft exclusive?
A Microsoft exclusive.
Period. Those words there. We have it set in your audio digital earpiece here. And by the way, we have an entire steak dinner running on these predictions. All right? Ivan is down a steak, but he can even himself out with this game we're playing. And so therefore, we'd just be going on a steak date. All right? We'd be going to buy our own steak.
He buys mine, I buy his.
And that's it. But Ivan, I like your prediction there. I really think that Microsoft is pushing for the gaming experience as a whole, and I really agree. And I applaud them for putting out this, for announcing this disability
Focus
controller.
I think it's a really cool
it's really
idea,
cool.
and I think it's one of the unexplored avenues of gaming, of how to make gaming more accessible
to everyone
physically.
Yeah. And I agree with you. I think they give it some. Well, I haven't made that prediction, but I agree that they could possibly give it some stage time, and that would really win possibly over the hearts of gamers when we roll into the rest of 2018. We'll see. Ivan, I'm going to start out with a banger here, all right? My first prediction, and I believe one of your predictions, is that Halo 6 is announced. All right?
Number 4 on my prediction starts.
Right. And it's coming. We get a gameplay trailer along with it's a cinematic plus gameplay trailer, all right? One of those sorts of trailers. And we get a release date. Release window. It's coming out in November of this year. Also going to be playable on PC, which I can't wait for. If they don't do this, I'm done.
Fool. It's not going to be out this year at all.
I think it's coming out this year.
I'm going to augment my prediction. I would like to augment my prediction and say it will be available Q1
2019.
2030.
Might
Actually,
as well make
Q1
it.
through Q4 of 2019. It's going to be available in 2019.
Okay. It's a bold prediction there. Leica Spakas 6000. I'm the wrong person to read names, but I'm gonna try. I tried there. The number of anime watchers precedes 1.5 billion humans. That is a fact that may be released at Microsoft's E3 conference. Thank you for that.
I don't understand
statement.
what that
I don't
means.
understand either, but it could happen. You never know. It could be true also.
Precedes, in that case,
Also,
would be the number of anime watchers is before 1.5 billion humans, but it doesn't make sense.
Yes. Anyways, Ivan, your next prediction.
BioWare's Anthem will have main stage presence and will show off a bit more of the story with a visual aid.
Okay.
That will present a further idea of gameplay.
Aid. So vague.
Well,
what
not
a guy.
being
What a guy.
live stage gameplay. Boom, I will get all of the points for this.
There's no way he can get no points. If Anthem's even mentioned, he gets full points. That's what he's tried to secure here. I'm impressed. I think Anthem...
I'm playing the damn game.
He's playing the game, and I like that you're playing the game here, Ivan. All right? I like that you're not willing to be bold, that you're willing to understand the rules, and that you found your way around the rules, weaseling yourself through to get all the points possible. That's the Ivan I partnered with when I started this YouTube channel, and that's the one that's going to beat me in this stake bet, perhaps. We'll see. I think Anthem is a pretty cool game, or at least looking, as everyone else does. Did you say when release window you predict? Nope. Good. I don't think it's coming out this year. I don't think it's coming out at the end. I mean, this isn't my prediction. I'm just talking out my ass. I think they're gonna say, okay, it might come out if they talk about Anthem. Let's say they talk about Anthem. I think they would say 2019 release date. I think it gets pushed to 2020. If they say 2019 release date. That game is super ridiculous. We've just seen pretty much a CG trailer. Everyone's getting hype. This is the new Destiny. This is what Destiny should have been, rather. And I think people are overhyping it. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that game. I'm definitely cautiously excited for it. But I also don't necessarily want to play an EA game ever again. Okay. My next prediction here is we saw last year Microsoft blowing off all the stops, right? They're like, Xbox exclusive this, Xbox exclusive that, console exclusive this, first appearance console that, confusing wording, right? And then out of nowhere, they bring a car on stage. What the fuck is happening, Microsoft? My prediction this year is that no car will come on the stage of Microsoft. And that's my prediction.
You fool. Forza Horizons is coming.
Oh, I know. But they spent way too much money on that car. And they're
If there's a toy car,
No
I will
benefits.
count that shit.
Okay, fair enough. They just roll a toy car on the stage. All right.
If there's like
I
an
agree.
RC car that rolls out onto the stage as a
God.
joke.
That would be you would win. You could take all the points away if that comes out. But I think no cars will no physical car on the stage. Let's put it that way. There will be car trailer. That's one of my next predictions.
This time a plane will come from the roof. Very
Oh my God.
astute observation, Divine Hailstorm. We
Thank
might
you.
see even more ridiculous things. A Just Cause helicopter will come
Just
down.
Cause.
If we remember
Oh,
Sony's
God.
presentation last year, it was part performance, part presentation.
Oh, Microsoft.
Um, so
your next one.
you're hardware lacking. I will be hardware forward.
Okay.
Microsoft will have a VR hardware focus
Whoa.
on the main stage with at least 1 minute of VR AR gear being used to display the full power of the Xbox One X's graphic computing.
Whoa. Big moves there. You think that they're going to have a VR... So VR/AR. So you win either way. You motherfucking bitch. Wow.
I've learned to play the game.
Play the game. I agree. I think they'll have. We didn't have a look at HoloLens last year, but we did the year before when they did that sick ass Minecraft demo, which is probably the only way I would play Minecraft if I was going to play it. But I think
Where
that
is Microsoft's VR presence? I expected it last year. It didn't show up really. So I don't know. Sony VR is doing pretty well. VR in general has a space that I think is expanding in different ways.
yeah, definitely.
I think Microsoft could use the Xbox One X as a way to show that, hey, Sony VR is bullshit. The only true console VR is via the Xbox One X experience.
I think that would be really cool if they... I think that they wouldn't have a proprietary VR experience on the Xbox One X. I think that they would want to integrate HoloLens, or they would want to integrate Oculus Rift. I think that's what it's called. Oculus Rift. Is that what it's called? The Oculus VR headset onto...
Isn't HoloLens proprietary though? HoloLens is Microsoft.
Yeah, I know. But I don't think that they would, I think they're developing HoloLens, obviously. I don't think they would allocate resources to developing a VR headset on top of HoloLens. I think that they would want to partner with VR headset manufacturers outside of Microsoft, personally. VR is good as a professional tool, but as a gaming device, it's very lacking. Do you have a VR set, Ruruto? I do not, personally. I've always wanted to try it, and I am way too lazy to set up a time thing for... There's a VR center in New York City, which I hear is really cool, but I have not set up the time... You can spend like all day there for like $50. I think it's reasonably priced for the amount of stuff that you get to do, and I think it's a pretty cool experience, or it probably is a pretty cool experience.
My only experience with VR is the Virtual Boy.
You've used the Virtual Boy?
No, but I wanted to make that joke. So.
Oh, like that's impressive, Vaughn. You don't play old games. Maybe when they reach...
Bullshit, I don't play old games. I'm playing Star Wars right now.
That's true. Maybe when they reach Gen 3 or Gen 4, I agree. I don't think... I think the the current wave of VR headsets right now is just the beginning. I think that it will be upgraded. They'll reduce the amount of wires attached to it, and I think you're already seeing that with I think it was the HTC Vive Pro. They've already pretty much upgraded it, and Sony has silently, released the newer version of the VR headset the PSVR as well, which has a easier port on one of the headsets or for the audio portion. What am I trying to say? The headset, the headphones on your that you can connect. It's easier to connect. So, Ivan, my next prediction is a game that we haven't really heard about in a long time. Last year, we didn't really hear... we heard about Crackdown 3 last year, but we haven't heard about it since E3 of last year. And it was destined to come out last year, but it just did not. They really could not push it out. So it must, therefore, come out this year, or it gets canceled. So I predict it's coming out. It's coming out. Microsoft needs to have a presence in the fall, and I think it's coming out in October.
I would like to take a point away from you from last year's E3, because you predicted it, and then it didn't happen. So yeah.
What is this? What a guy! I predicted that there would be a Crackdown. I got half a point for it. You're taking the whole point out?
I don't know. You beat me by so much.
It doesn't matter. I think the we got a Crackdown 3 gameplay trailer, and it's coming out in October. Nothing really exciting. That's just gonna have to be there.
Don't we have a full gameplay trailer already?
Well, they have to announce. Yeah, I'm sure we did, but I don't think it was a full game. It was with Terry Crews, wasn't it? Or what's his name?
Yeah, Terry Crews.
Yeah, so maybe he'll come back. There was some gameplay in there, and then we're going to have the game release window or release date. I predict it's coming out in October. Obviously, I don't have an exact date because I'm not Microsoft.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe they delayed it to put in a battle royale mode. Well,
it is a popular theory.
I think you're on the money there, because every FPS needs one of those. Absolutely, I agree. Ivan, what is your next prediction here?
Well, I had the Halo 6 thing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to skip that and skip down to Sea of Thieves DLC expansion, something new gameplay footage.
Okay.
Or something of the sort. So it'll show like new quest lines that we can do together as an open world, something new and exciting that will make Sea of Thieves actually a playable game past the first 20 hours.
Yes,
So.
I agree with you. I think that Microsoft doesn't want to let one of their first-party titles just go out to sea. Just, die on a boat out in sea. I think that they do want to push this game. It sort of it was super exciting for everyone the first day it came out. Then everyone started playing it and realizing that it wasn't this amazing game that they wanted it to be. Then I
think it needs about 50 more sea shanties and everybody will be happy.
Yes. Also, it needs more grog and more awesome waves. Those waves are cool. But
yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah.
I also think that it's scheduled for later this year.
Yeah. Cool. That
probably
that
around
makes sense.
October, November.
Okay. October or November. Really getting vague here, Ivan. Thank you very much.
I'm not just starting to get vague. I have been and will continue to be vague.
Why don't you just say September, October, November then?
Okay. If you let me do that, then sure.
I'll let you do it.
One of those 3 dates and I get full points? Hell yeah.
Do whatever you want, Ivan.
I will continue to do that. I'm winning this damn steak.
Okay, well, anyways, I agree with you. I think that game needs some more love. I don't think that they'd have to do a lot to impress me, and I know they're trying their hardest to impress me only. So I don't really know. I think they'd have to introduce, any sort of variation in their their weapons, maybe some more interesting enemies to fight, and
like the kaiju.
like the kaiju. That would be sick if Godzilla just showed up. And
Ruju
also
has gave us that suggestion. So.
yes, that is very good suggestion. And also, I think that Mothra would be great too. Okay, so my next prediction. So my 2 predictions ago, I said no car would be on stage. That doesn't mean I don't think they're going to talk about cars, Ivan. They're going to talk about Forza Horizon 4. They'll give a release date, and it's going to be in fall, Ivan. It's going to be in fall. If we're playing the game, we're playing the game. It's coming out fall.
Fall,
you
okay.
asshole. Yeah, I don't really care for these games. I'm just trying to fill my 5 predictions for Microsoft, and that's it. That's all I have to say. I don't care about... I don't know. I want Microsoft to be successful because that means more growth for the video game industry. And also, I like Halo. It's a fun game. So if Microsoft is successful, then they'll probably make another Halo game. That's all I got to say.
Halo on PC would be great. I have a bonus
It
one
will
for
be on
Microsoft.
PC. Yeah, go for it.
Phil Spencer will wear 3 different graphic tees during the course of the presentation.
You think he's going to change his t-shirt each time he's on and off stage?
He did that last year.
Potato Pineapple, it's quite all right. We're still here for you. But did he do that last year?
He changed his shirt at least twice.
So you said 3 shirts total. Count them 3. What if he... Okay, I agree.
3 different graphic tees.
I didn't notice because I was more concerned about that car that was on stage. Why was that there?
As was everyone.
My last prediction here is that there will be an announcement of some miscellaneous original Xbox game now backwards compatible on Xbox One and Xbox One X through backwards compatibility. That's my prediction. It's coming. You know how you can play 360 games and original Xbox games on your Xbox One? Sure. They're going to announce an original Xbox game from 10 years ago or whatever, when the original Xbox came out. They're going to announce another one is now backwards compatible.
So you could play it on
Xbox One X and Xbox One S and Xbox One. Halo 2 is a good... What? You don't agree? You think that's a stupid prediction?
Yeah, that'll happen.
Okay. They talk about it every year. Okay.
I know. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm sure it will happen.
Okay. You gonna say your last one? You didn't say your Halo one.
No, I already said that it matched yours.
Okay.
Halo 6. We already talked about hypest shit ever for 20 seconds. 2019. Halo 6. That was it. I mean, we talked about it. We talked about yours.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. And it's also in writing. We have it in writing, so it's fine.
We have mine in writing. I don't know about yours.
It's in writing right in front of you here. And by you, I mean the camera. And I won't change it at all with whiteout. At all. No way. It's not like... Okay, anyways. Moving on to Sony. Because we'll leave Nintendo, the batshit crazy Nintendo, for last. Because we like to go out with a bang. Ivan, would you like to start off Sony, or do you want me to start off?
I started off Microsoft. Why don't you start off Sony?
All right. Divine Hellstorm, I really hope Halo 2 is backwards compatible as well. That was my second favorite Halo game. I like Halo 3 more. So, I think that there will be I mean, Sony's already announced that they're going to be talking about Last of Us 2, Spider-Man, Death Stranding, and Ghost of Tsushima. So, I mean, sorry if our first 4 predictions bore you guys. But I think that The Last of Us 2 will obviously get a gameplay trailer. I think that Joel and Ellie, the main characters from Last of Us 1, will be in this trailer in some shape, way, or form. In some way, whether it be just their audio, or maybe we'll get some visual confirmation that they're in the game. But we'll get a release window of 2019. That's when the game's coming out. So I think that's what we're going to get from The Last of Us 2.
Let me just augment.
Wow, what a guy. What an asshole. This is totally fair.
It has nothing to do with Last of Us.
Okay.
I'm adding more possibility of points.
Okay.
I think that's probably pretty fair. I think,
Yeah.
I having never played The Last of Us still, I don't know. I think Joel and Ellie are probably going to be in there because they're the main characters, and I don't think Joel died.
He never played the game. Who knows? No, he didn't die. Spoiler alert.
Especially since he carried Ellie out of that thing. Boom, spoilers.
Ellie is pregnant, and her baby will save all the people. Who knows? Only E3 will find out. You can watch it live with us during the Sony and Microsoft press conference, but the Nintendo one would probably miss because it's in the middle of the day. Yeah, Ivan.
From Software
From
will
Software.
reveal the title of the game that they teased earlier this year. It will be a sequel of a previous IP. It will have a release window of October-November of 2018.
Big moves, Ivan. Very committal. I applaud you. I'm impressed. I agree.
There we go.
I hope it's Bloodborne 2. I hope it's also I also hope it's a remake of Demon's Souls, the best Dark Souls game. Yeah, so I definitely agree, as vague as that is. I agree with your vague statement. And I applaud you for being as vague as possible to maximize your points. It's impressive. Yeah, I really, they were so coy with their announcement trailer of last year. I believe it was last year, or was it this year? Was it earlier this year? It was last year during it's Dark Souls Battle Royale. Actually, that would be the perfect finale of the Dark Souls trilogy, with a Battle Royale where you just go in. It's 100 people. You bring in your RPG character, all customized, and it runs at 1 frame per second. It's going to be great. Yeah, so that's a great prediction. And
we'll consider it difficult because it runs at 1 frame. Not an incomplete game.
Right. And everyone will love it, of course. So we know. So this is the weird thing about Sony's press conference, right? They've already announced that they're going to be talking about these 4 games that we already know exist. But we don't know, how can their conference be? That's a lot of games to talk about, one, and they're going to be given considerable amount of time. So how can they make their press conference exciting to people, right? The point of E3 is to surprise people usually, and to gain media attention for obviously investors and things like that, and obviously to make more money. But so how can they make an interesting press conference? I agree that they gotta bring in someone like FromSoft to tell us a little bit more about games that we don't know about. So that's a really interesting thing. I agree with you. I think Dark Souls Battle Royale is coming next year. That's my prediction. Dark Souls Bayonetta crossover might be a little more interesting, but might as well just make it a Battle Royale also. I'm very sad, and you guys going live cheered you up. You feel 10% better. Hey, if we can play,
is an important
10% is better than nothing. And thank you for telling us that. I'm glad that you're 10% happier. So, Ivan,
Yo.
Maybe this next prediction can make Potato Pineapple Penguin 10% more happy, because we already know Spider-Man's going to be talked about. Maybe Potato Pineapple Penguin is a Spider-Man fan. That being true, hopefully, we're going to get a gameplay demo that shows off the new bosses. Of course, you can already pre-order Spider-Man right now. We already know the release date is coming out in September. Great. Who cares about that? We want to know what's in the game. I think that they reveal Doc Ock as one of the bosses in the game. I think that's going to be exciting, and I think he's a really popular Spider-Man enemy for him to fight against.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Why Doc
It's always
Ock?
interesting. I think that he's I think he's the most popular, and well, actually, that's probably not true. Green Goblin's probably the most popular, but I think that Doc Ock is my second favorite Spider-Man villain, besides Mysterio.
What about Carnage or?
Right. So I
Or,
think
what's his name?
I think Venom. I think
Venom.
Right. That's who you're referring to.
Yeah,
I
Venom.
think that would be a good tie-in to the movie to have Venom in there. But I think that this game is not. I mean, just based off of the suit that Spider-Man's wearing, I don't think. Look, guys.
What
I'm
about
not saying
Rhino
these guys,
Doe?
I'm
What
not
about
saying these guys
Rhino
are going to be in the
Doe?
movie or in the game. I just want them. I predict. Look, they might, announce all of these guys. Who knows?
Paul
I
Giamatti's
think
character needs
that
to
Paul
be in
Giamatti's in the game. I think they'll have a Batman crossover and just put Danny DeVito as the Penguin in there. That would be so funny. But I think that they got Doc Ock. I think he's one of the more popular Spider-Man villains. That's the only reason I bring him up. I don't say I think that Venom's super popular now, but I think they're trying to distance themselves in some way from the movies. But that's just me. I don't know. Based on his suit that he wears, I think, but
I agree. Marissa Tomei should be in this game. But I will see your Spider-Man game, and I raise you Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh, Red Dead Redemption 2 coming out on E3.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is an important and very exciting game coming up. They've already, Rockstar and Sony already announced exclusive content on PS4, and I think that Red Dead Redemption 2 will have an exclusive content reveal on the main stage and will be dope AF.
Yeah.
A scientifically measurable level of excitement generated.
I think that's a pretty good. I think that's a pretty good prediction. I think that typically we don't really see any Rockstar presence at E3, but I think, and with a game like this, I honestly don't think it's necessary. But I think that Sony pushing for exclusive content in this game means that it'll be there. I think I agree with you.
Didn't they have the GTA 5 trailer at an E3?
Oh, sorry. I meant that they don't typically have a press conference, I guess.
All right.
That's what I meant. But I agree that it would be on the Sony stage, if anything. That I misspoke. I'm sorry. They don't typically have... Rockstar doesn't ever have a need for a press conference. If they're going to announce anything, I agree with you. It would be on the E3 Sony stage because they have exclusive content. I think that's a pretty good prediction. All right, Ivan. Moving on. We got to talk about the elephant in the room. His name's Hideo Kojima. He's gonna be at the Sony press conference. He's going to come out and explain his game, Death Stranding, to the masses. He's just gonna be there. He's not actually gonna explain anything. He's gonna like do some crazy entrance and then just say, "Here's the gameplay demo." There will be no release window. He says nothing about release date or window. Just a gameplay trailer. That's it. We're gonna see gameplay of Death Stranding. That's what I want to say. And Hideo Kojima is there. That's my prediction.
Okay. I think Sony will reveal a remaster of a Sony classic, and it will be playable in 2019.
Wow, that's pretty good. Sony classic, like first party, or
Yeah, I said I like what they did when they revealed like Shadow of the Colossus
Shadow of
remaster.
the Colossus. I agree.
Yeah, it'll be a remaster or a remake of a classic Sony title.
I agree. I don't. What I mean, you don't have to include. Obviously, not included in your prediction. What sorts of games would you be interested in? In terms of
I don't really know.
I don't know either because I didn't have a PS2 growing up. I had a GameCube.
What about, is Twisted Metal still a thing? Can we get a Twisted Metal Battle Royale game?
What about you guys? Tell us in the chat. Can we get a Twisted Metal Battle Royale game? Death Stranding is just like Final Fantasy VII Remake. Norman Reedus is Sephiroth. And it will never come out. I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. Okay. I also agree with you, Ivan. I think we'll get a remake from the same studio that did the what's it called? The Shadow of the Colossus remake, which was very popular for about a week on Steam. On what's it called?
Twitch.
On Twitch. And then everyone stopped playing it and no one cared about it again. Looks amazing. Still plays like the old game. My next prediction, look, I gotta win this game. So we gotta talk about the fourth game, Ghost of Tsushima. We're gonna see gameplay of this game. We're gonna see a gameplay trailer. Its release date is gonna be in 2019. And it's going to be a third-person samurai action game. That's my prediction.
Akin to what?
Akin to, similar to Neo in terms of camera positioning and maybe action, but I don't. That's it. That's all I gotta say. It's a third-person action game where you swing the sword from behind. Your positioning is behind the camera. Sorry.
Shadow of the Colossus, but it's like Dragon Age. Interesting.
That
it's a good mashup.
Would be pretty
actually
cool. I think that would be awesome. Ghost of Tsushima could be an RPG like Dragon Age as well. That would be really awesome, I think. Yvonne, that's my fourth prediction. Ghost of Tsushima I'm excited for because I do like games set in samurai era.
Then I think you'll love From Software's
next video
IP.
game.
All right, my fourth prediction. Sony will debut a Battle Royale mode on one of their PS4 exclusive games using a female character model as the main focus of whatever gameplay or whatever.
Okay, Potato Pineapple, thank you very much. Love you too. Yvonne, you're saying it's a PS4 exclusive that it has a revealed mode that has a Battle Royale.
Yes.
Battle Royale mode, sorry.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not on anything else.
Not on anything else.
So, okay, cool. I think that Sony, if anyone, well, I think Microsoft was more likely to capitalize on this sort of fad, but I agree. I think
what do you think about a Battle Royale mode for Last of Us Part 2, the multiplayer?
I think that would
actually make a lot of sense for that.
I think it would make sense. I think it would be perceived, depending on how they reveal it, I think it would be perceived as sort of a sellout and like why, or the fans would be angry as to why is Naughty Dog spending their time making this mode when they could be focusing on the single player more in depth. And I think it would be sort of a really good way to get more people into the franchise, but it would be really the fans would feel betrayed in my opinion. I think it makes sense. depending on how they do it. I think it could make sense. Sorry, that's what I'm trying to say. But then again, I'm not a game developer, and I don't necessarily like all these battle royale games. I just like PUBG.
Neither do I. But the thing is, like, if you looked at, I would personally think that it would fit into both the canon and the way that the game feels and plays a lot of the time.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the Minecraft part of it, but you could substitute the Minecraft part of it for crafting armor or grenades or whatever, which was part of the original Last of Us multiplayer experience.
Yeah.
So I think that it could use a similar crafting system, but not in terms of affecting the physical world, but in terms of affecting how you level up your character, a la MOBA RPG style thing with crafting.
No, I think that it could definitely be done in that sort of cinematic world. I don't necessarily know how. I think that's a really reasonable thing to talk about because there is a lot of crafting in the game. I think that they could definitely incorporate crafting armor, like a bulletproof vest that can take a certain amount of hits. That would be pretty cool. Or maybe like a helmet or something. That would be pretty cool as well. Yeah, I don't see why it couldn't happen, but I also think that the fans might not take it so well.
I don't know. I think also it kind of makes sense in anyway. I think it makes sense. The fans are gonna get upset no matter what happens.
Yeah, I'm not saying they won't.
Also, Twisted Metal Battle Royale.
Twisted Metal Battle Royale is happening, guys. We know it's happening. We have
After
the inside
H1Z1 Auto Royale or whatever that is, Twisted Metal was like, wait, what?
All right, Ivan, my last Sony prediction is we get a Kingdom Hearts 3 final gameplay trailer and ending with its release date. That's it. That's my prediction. Very vanilla. Very safe.
Sounds like something I would write.
Maybe.
I have my own vanilla and safe thing. A brand new visual aid for understanding Death Stranding will be put onto the main stage.
Wow.
Still having little clue what the game is or how it is played, but continue to be curious and have heated debates on Reddit breaking down every frame of the footage/visual aid.
I agree 100%, except it's going to be a gameplay trailer as I predicted. All right, Ivan? And that's
a visual aid as far as I'm concerned.
I know. That's why I agree 100%. And I also agree Reddit will break down every single frame, and we will find out nothing from it. Absolutely nothing. But Reddit will spend ages on it. Ivan, we've been running for a while here, but we still got one more conference to go, guys. Keep your butts. What is Samuel Jackson? Hold on to your butts, because we're going on to Nintendo here. Ivan, can you possibly predict Nintendo? Is it possible? Can anyone predict Nintendo?
Nintendo is literally
the best, but also
the worst at predicting. For me, I am the best at predicting none of them. So yeah, why not? I'll start with this one. Details about the core Pokemon game will be announced. Not in 2017. That was a slip of the tongue there. Here's what it is. Details about the core Pokemon game that was announced in 2017 that made me look like an idiot when I predicted Pokemon would not come to Switch, a core game, will be at least 2 minutes of the presentation and will reveal the name of the continent and the starting Pokemon.
Content. I'm kidding.
I was very sleepy when I wrote this.
It's fine. Rurutu predicts that Pokemon game will be talked about and we'll get a Metroid Prime 4 trailer. I think that you're probably most likely right.
Rurutu will have 2 points. I will have
Rurutu
0.
gets 2 points. Yvonne gets 0 points. Good job. That's how you play the game, Rurutu. That's how you play the game. You just say Pokemon game. That's it. That's the prediction. Can't be wrong there. My prediction here, all right? I mean, I've got a Pokemon prediction, obviously. I am the Nintendo fanboy of the channel on this side over here of the video. But I have to say, my first prediction is about Super Smash Brothers. Super Smash Brothers will get a release date, considering they're having a tournament. The game's going to be playable at E3. It's coming out this year no matter what. And it will be the exact date that Nintendo Switch Online services release.
Okay.
That's my prediction. I gotta go bold with Nintendo, because fuck it. There's no chance of getting any points anyways.
Also, I'm taking points away from you from last year's E3 predictions when you predicted correctly that Nintendo Switch Online whatever would come. They said that it would come out this year, and it's still not out.
It's coming out this year, Ivan.
They said it would come out last year, and then they said this year, and then they said maybe this year. So, points taken away from last year.
I still won. I still win.
No.
2, we don't even know how many points I had, so it doesn't matter.
I have it
Currently.
written down in one of my notebooks.
That's funny. Okay. Oh, yeah, you showed... I remember you put it up on the camera. Okay, Ivan. What do you think about Smash Bros?
The end of the Nintendo presentation will lead directly into the Super Smash Bros. Tournament that is to be held on June 12th, and it will be streamable on Twitch.
Cool. I think that's pretty cool. I think that would be really cool, and I can't wait to see Mango wreck everyone in the Smash Bros. Invitational.
Here's another
I doubt he's going to win.
An esports competitor, athlete, who needs grooming tips.
Mango?
Let's get Snillo. Let's get Mango in a room. Let's get some stylists.
Okay,
some
there's a
groomers.
difference. So Snillo, I agree, and Mango, I both agree. They're disgusting human beings, all right? Snillo does it unironically. Mango does it ironically. He just doesn't care on purpose. Snillo is just a gamer. Mango is a horrible human being. All right. Anyways, you have to know, if you watch any of his streams, you'll know. But anyways, he was talking about the Smash Invitational. Is actually pretty funny. He's saying he doesn't have to worry about any of the Melee players. He has to worry about the Smash 4 players, which is because they split. For some reason they invited 4 Melee players and 4 Smash 4 players. Obviously, they're trying to separate the audiences and ruin the whole Melee Smash community. Okay, thanks a lot, Nintendo. My next prediction is about Pokemon. So over the past couple of weeks, we've been getting a lot of Pokemon rumors. All right, we've been getting a lot of Pokemon rumors. We got this double edition, as usual. You get 2 editions of Pokemon coming out. You get it's been rumored that Pokemon Pikachu Let's Go Edition and Pokemon Eevee Let's Go Edition are the names. Also rumored to, I believe, be either sequels or a remake of Pokemon Yellow. I think it's just a remake of Pokemon Yellow, which came out, back in the day. And,
Right.
It's coming out on the Switch. So I think that we get confirmation that this game is indeed Pokemon Pikachu Let's Go Edition and Pokemon Eevee. So those are the 2 primary Pokemon in either edition. And it is a remake of Yellow. And we get a release date later this year. Because I'm playing the game. All right, it's coming
Nice.
out this year as well. I think Smash and Pokemon are 2 of Nintendo's big games coming out later this year. And I cannot fucking wait. It's going to be the greatest year of my life. Ivan?
It makes sense because,
Next up.
Nintendo hasn't had any major releases since Odyssey, right?
They had a major release in December with Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Will Switch get Soul Calibur 6? Rurutu, I'm sorry, man. The answer is most likely no. Unfortunately. I should have did a prediction on Sony's stage about Soul Calibur 6. Too late. I love Soul Calibur. Yvonne.
Yes.
Yeah, the last big game that they released was Xenoblade Chronicles 2 in terms of a game that wasn't a Nintendo port.
Okay.
Yeah. They've had Bayonetta 1 and 2 and Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze come out on the Switch, but those are both ports from the Wii U.
Speaking
the next
of
big game is
Bayonetta,
Mario.
then.
All right, keep
Bayonetta
it coming.
3 will have a trailer featuring some story and a view of what the game will look like without being a full-blown gameplay trailer.
Whoa. Those are some words, Yvonne. You think
Yes.
Bayonetta... Impressive.
I used as many words to say as little as possible.
You are a master of the English language, and I applaud you for saying those things about Bayonetta. I think that Bayonetta could possibly show up, but I don't think she will be a primary focus of this conference, of this Nintendo Direct, sorry. It's just a video they've already made. They're just editing it now. I think.
By the way, I didn't say it would be a focus. If you read the wording carefully.
Look, I'm not saying.
Trailer.
This guy. Look, I didn't say anything. Those were my predictions. I didn't say anything. My next. You're saying you're putting words in my mouth. My next prediction is we're gonna get more information and a gameplay trailer of the next Fire Emblem game. This is a game we've been told is coming this year. We've been told a lot, and by a lot I mean absolutely nothing about this game. They promised us a game that's coming out this year, and as we know from the Switch's first year on the market, what Nintendo promises is delivered. All right, so we're getting, besides the Nintendo Switch Online service.
Oh, right. Yeah, that was the main thing that I was like, I don't know about that.
In terms of games, they deliver. So I think we're getting the Fire Emblem game this year as well.
All those old backwards compatible games that are available.
There are a lot of backwards compatible. Now, no backwards compatible games, but you can get a lot of old games on the Switch. But yeah, I don't think they promise Virtual Console either.
No, but they did promise that with the Nintendo Switch Online service that you would get those free games, just like Games with Gold or something.
You will get them. They announced that you get 20 NES games that are also playable online. So they're going to say those things. I'm not defending them in any way, all right? Look, I don't defending care. Them. I'm just saying you're saying that they said that they would give you NES games, and then they said that they would give you NES games. I'm not saying they have given you NES games yet, but they said they will twice. How about that one? Okay.
Great. Awesome. Delivered.
Fire Emblem game release date in November. That's my prediction.
That's like if Amazon was like, your package has shipped. And then the next day it says, your package has shipped.
It's true.
And then you don't have it.
Look, Nintendo will be Nintendo. As long as they give me Smash and Pokemon, honestly, the rest of the games can go burn in hell. No, I'm kidding.
I had a very similar prediction to your Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem?
Fire Emblem Switch will be teased with the trailer.
Coming out.
It will announce its name and that it will be available in Q4 of 2018.
Okay, cool.
Very similar there. Almost the same thing.
But you went
to the person who says that I am doing too vague or idiotic things.
I didn't say idiotic. I just said
we're the
vague.
Same there. Okay, I put words in your mouth, but
you're putting words in my mouth. Let me put words in your mouth. I think we cancel each other out because I started being more vague as I saw you being vague.
I gave you at least 5 minutes to read my predictions.
No, yeah, I know. I didn't want to cheat, all right? Yvonne, my next prediction is Mario Odyssey DLC will come out in October. it will be at least one new world in terms of place to explore. And there will be more moons to collect. That's my prediction for Mario Odyssey. It's coming out in October. Let's
Any
go.
new skins
Excited.
or anything with that?
Yes, there will be new skins. I agree.
And speaking of new skins, I think brand new Nintendo Labo designs will be revealed, available for purchase this year in 2018.
God damn, he said it! He said it! That was my next prediction. That's actually literally my prediction. Announcement of more Toy-Con coming at the end of the year. Great, we're the same person. Great.
Yay!
All right, guys. I hope you guys... Well, hey, Yvonne, any last words? This is it. On Nintendo.
Will still lose, despite being the most vague predictor of these things.
You're gonna contend very hard this year. These are very vague and very
contender.
You got an impressive list here. I think that you really took to heart the loss last year, and you really have that competitive spirit to win at whatever
hate losing, and I
you
couldn't win if I didn't cheat.
Well, anyways, Yvonne, thank you so much for doing this. I'm sorry I sprung it on you last second, even though I told you like 3 weeks ago that we were doing this. Honestly, I did.
You told me last week.
Okay, you still put them together literally right before we did the show.
Yeah, and some of them are the same things that you've done. So, yeah.
Okay, well, what's your point is that I didn't give you enough time to make predictions, but I did. All right,
no, you
Yvonne?
did. My point is that I don't care enough about gaming news to actually follow what the E3 things are going to be.
Thank you. All right, Yvonne. Thanks so much. Everyone in the chat, you guys are awesome. I'm glad we can make Potato Pineapple Penguins Day a little bit better. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. But Yvonne, we end our podcast every single week in a song in a segment called Hungover Radio. This does not go to the live podcast, I'm sorry, but it goes to the YouTube version as well as the audio portion. But this is when you, the listener or viewer, can send in your music to gaminghungover@gmail.com. And yeah, we would love to play your music, a music song that you wrote. If you want some free advertisement on the internet, send it to us. We'd love to listen to it and play it for the rest of the community of Hungover Gaming, which is going like 42 strong, 43 strong. We're pretty good, guys. We've got a lot of subscribers, and thank you so much for subscribing if you do. But if that doesn't happen, Yvonne, I get to pick a song, unless you can think of a song on the spot, because I don't give you any
Overwatch
time.
Theme song.
No,
Boom,
we're not
nailed it.
playing that. Fuck that game and everything about it. Okay, I'm going to be playing Mega Man 2 NES Classic music, Crashman stage, because I've been playing Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 and 2. I found out that Mega Man 2 is a really great game, even though everyone said it's a really great game. Surprise, surprise. Okay, so thanks so much for coming out to the podcast, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed. And definitely be sure to follow me or Yvonne, because we will be live streaming E3 and our reactions on live reactions of the show. We'll be doing Microsoft and Sony. If not Yvonne, then I'll definitely do it. And that would be really cool if you guys came in and also gave us your live reactions. I think that would be really exciting.
Absolutely.
So, obviously, those are dates that you can look up, but I should look them up anyways. Sony E3 2018 is... what day?
Sony is
9
Monday,
p.m.
June 11th at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft is the day before, Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern. And Nintendo is at noon Eastern. So
on Tuesday or
Yeah.
Monday? Okay,
on
yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah, so we won't do the Nintendo one because we'll be at work, but you can be assured that we'll get Microsoft and Sony in. So hopefully you guys join us for that, but if not, I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. We'll catch you guys next week. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.